What's up, Wikimaniacs? In light of the LA fires, we are going to start a donation page on our PayPal and Venmo. So if you want to donate to that, go down in our links below. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here, hosting another Am I the Asshole Friday. I'm here with my two co-hosts, John and Sean. What's up, boys?
Last weekend of TikTok.
Oh, yeah. That's what I should open.
Yay.
Yeah.
The app that changed our lives is being deleted forever. Can you believe
You know,
it?
that could be kind of a good news for us, though, Sean.
Is
we
it?
might finally get paid on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, because our TikTok will stay alive because it's a Canadian account.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Wait. Oh, so you still have TikTok, right?
oh, yeah, we still have it.
That's fucking sick, dude.
So we'll still...
We can't use a VPN?
Oh, you can.
Sure you can. You just can't update the app.
Oh,
I think that's what's happening. So
Mhm.
don't quote me on that. I have no idea.
that's crazy.
But yeah, so we'll still have our account, which is good, I guess.
So if I bought a Canadian phone,
No, I don't think that's how
No.
it works.
how does this work?
Dude, this is like me.
I'm so depressed, bro. This is
this is
crazy.
when they discontinued Flappy Bird for me. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
had one phone that had it and I never deleted it.
I had
Man.
some friends that were like big Vine, like into Vine, and then when
Mhm.
that this is just basically that over again. Except Vine decided.
See, I never loved Vine, so I didn't feel that pain then.
Really?
You know
The
what I mean?
Vine era was undefeated.
Yeah, it was huge.
I was a loser, and I just watched the best ofs whenever they
Yeah,
hit,
on YouTube.
you know, Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, I did the same.
Because that's when Facebook was still a viable option.
Yeah, way like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No fucking way. 15 years ago?
Shut up. My knees fucking hurt just hearing that.
But yes, so if you're on TikTok and you're outside of America, we'll still be there with you.
If you're in America, let's get even more Chinese, baby. Let's go to Red Note.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people.
I've heard a lot of Red Note.
So funny that the American
I
government.
see people post and they're like, "This, I'm scared and alone. I don't know Chinese."
I think they're updating it, so it's like they're putting more like English into the app, so people.
If the people move there, I'm there.
Yeah.
I want to be as anti-Instagram because Zuckerberg funded this shit. So I want to
Fuck that
be
guy.
anti that.
That's why I'm not even promoting that. I'm like, yeah, follow us if you're there, but if not, I understand. We're on YouTube, Spotify.
The government
I
already
guess.
knows everything they need to know about
That's what I'm
you.
saying, bro. Let the Chinese know. What are they going to know about me, bro? That I fucking like what I like. I don't know. What harm does that do? Recipes, cat videos.
That's what I'm saying. It's a corgi. It's straight up corgis for me. Enjoy my brain rot, Chinese government.
Yeah. I miss my Chinese FBI agent.
Yeah, everyone's like writing love notes to their Chinese spy.
So funny.
And the thing is, it's not even Chinese. It's a Singaporean company. So I'm like, what are we
that
doing?
hearing is straight up comedy.
Oh,
Ugh.
God.
What are your ties to the Chinese government, Senator? I'm from Singapore.
I'm Singaporean.
over and over and over.
They don't know the difference.
So answer my question. The answer's no, Senator, because again, I'm Singaporean.
Oh, fuck.
And still, all of them voted to be
Yep.
on this shit.
They sure did.
Bastards.
Well,
Mm.
anyway, on that somber note, let's move on to some stories today. This one posted by Not What I Meant 0000. And this one's for John specifically, but has something Sean will hate as well.
Hate puns,
Puns.
No.
peanut butters.
No. So this one is, am I the asshole for calling an ambulance, which got my coworker fired?
Ooh,
So we got HR, and then I won't spoil what's coming up, but
Racism.
they call the ambulance for the allergy. I'm sure.
what do you guys think here?
Oh.
I think someone had a crazy reaction to a peanut allergy.
A peanut.
Or they were faking an emergency from what it seems like if they got fired for
Mm.
it. I don't know. I'm all about wasting company time, so not the asshole.
Okay. And Sean, where are you leaning?
Yeah, fuck it. Not the asshole.
All right.
Unity.
Also love the first sentence here. This got removed from Am I the Asshole? So posting it here. It's on AITAH.
Very strict on MIT.
They are so strict. That's why this exists. So I, 27 female, was at a group work training for my job this past weekend. The company put a bunch of us up in a hotel and had us attend a day-long presentation about our goals for the next quarter.
Hate that.
For context, we're in sales, it's highly competitive, and the group consists of mostly older employees, with me being the youngest. After a full day of meetings, a few of us decided to get dinner at a restaurant down the street from our hotel. We carpooled, and when we arrived, one of the older ladies, Deborah, in her 50s, was already there standing at the bar. We invited her to join us for food, but she declined, and we moved on with our night. I had 2 beers with dinner, so I'm not judging, but as soon as we finished our meal, it became clear that Deborah was plastered. Drinking at company events, Sean.
That's what I don't like.
That's your least favorite thing.
I like enjoying beverages,
Yeah.
but not getting plastered. you gotta be, I mean, you're only setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Two is good. That's a good medium, I feel.
That's probably the cap for most people.
Yeah,
I would
should
Just
say.
be.
me and ordering the most expensive items every single time.
Yeah. I mean, that's
at the
fair.
work events.
Oh hell yeah! I'd be like, whatever expensive shit you got, please give that to me.
What's
Thank you.
my daily limit? Put that on.
Oh, I'd be stretching the fuck out of that.
I'm always scared I won't get invited out if I do that shit. So
John hopes
I get a medium expensive dish.
John hopes he doesn't
Yeah.
get invited out.
All the expense.
So she was stumbling even though the ground was level and slurring pretty badly. As we left, Deborah came outside with us and reached for her keys.
Nah.
I immediately stopped her and said I'd drive her back to our hotel. She agreed, but as she went to get to the passenger door handle, she missed and fell straight back onto the pavement, hitting the back of her head. I don't mean to sound gross, but it sounded like someone dropped a carton of eggs.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
I checked, and not only was she passed out, but she was bleeding from the head.
Oh.
Everyone panicked, and I grabbed my phone to call 911.
Yeah, right move.
One of the younger guys stopped me and said, "Help me get her into the car. We'll get her a room key out of her purse and just put her in bed."
Are you kidding me? This person has a potential concussion.
Concussion and bleeding from the head.
bleeding from the
Possible
head.
brain damage.
And what are you have them sleep in a room by themselves? What if they throw up? Isn't that a bad thing?
Oh, there's so many things that could go wrong. here.
Yes.
Yeah. I was bewildered and said, "But she has a head injury. She's bleeding. What if she cracked her skull?" I'm no doctor, but if you go to sleep with a head injury, don't you not wake up? I'm pretty sure I learned that in school, and some other employees agreed with me, so I called the ambulance.
It's crazy that it was just some.
Yeah, only some.
The other some were like, I don't know. I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
Head on concrete is never a good combo.
And blood. Like, that's a
Yes.
bad combo.
I mean, even without the blood, I think I would have called.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
A head fucking just, that's crazy.
paramedics took Deborah to the hospital and she survived, though she was in really bad shape when I checked up on her the next day. Here's where I may be the asshole. Our managers found out that Deborah was hospitalized for overdrinking while technically at a work function, and they fired her on the spot. Everyone also found out that I was the one who insisted on calling the ambulance. The older employees are all saying I did the right thing and that she could have died, but the younger ones are calling me a snake and saying I got her fired on purpose because she was competition. So am I the asshole?
No. What the
You think
hell?
the younger people would be like more chill.
No, because
It could be
they're trying to work their way up. You know, they're doggy usually.
So would they be fine? They're like, all right.
One less
salesperson
competition.
for all.
Well, they're
of
seeing
us.
it as maybe we can get 2 out of the game.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a good one.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the asshole at all. This person
Yeah.
could have died. Yeah, I think you're absolved of your sins there. I think that, like what Josh said, the younger people are just being, I guess, sneaky.
They're the ones
Trying to-
being snakes.
Yeah.
To get you fired.
It seems like it.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's like one of those situations was like, okay, if you just sent Deborah to her room and she ends up, knock on wood, hopefully nothing too crazy happens, or maybe she gets a really bad traumatic injury, that's going to be on your hands.
Yeah.
Because you had the opportunity to send her to the right place. And if anything, at the end of the day, it's Deborah's responsibility to not consume so much alcohol during work functions.
And
Gotta
it's not
control
like
your
she
liquor,
was
buddy.
forced either. She was sitting
Nah.
alone, away from the rest of everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not like she was forced by the work environment.
Not
She
only
made her
that,
own decision.
not only that, you also possibly saved other people from getting hurt because you snatched those keys out of her hands because she was willing to drive home.
True. Yeah, you did multiple things right here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I don't think he did one wrong thing at all. Actually.
Exactly. No, I agree.
I mean, besides like asking other coworkers to help walk her to the car, I guess, and make sure she gets in. But I mean, that's in hindsight.
Yeah.
While you're there, if she's, walking up, you not stumbling, then you would assume that she's good.
You
So
don't
it's
assume
like,
they're gonna fall over.
yeah,
Yeah.
and crack their head on the fucking
Jeebus.
concrete.
Some
That's
people-
insane.
Some people said OP shouldn't have been driving with 2 drinks, but that was the only thing. Which I mean is fair, but it's also like how long were they
Yeah.
there over those 2 drinks?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If they're there for like a while,
Yeah.
2 drinks is fine.
I mean, don't drive drunk if you have the opportunity. Drive with
Yeah, driving
Uber.
tipsy is driving drunk, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, depending if you're at the restaurant for like 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, those functions are forever. I guarantee you they were
Yeah.
sober as hell.
they can
2
be,
drinks
yeah.
is quite all right, I think. Again, not advising anybody to, but I would, not be so quick to judge.
Yeah.
Especially if they're overweight like your boy. You'll be okay, I think.
That was a few people in the comments anyway, but the majority said not the asshole. And to Lufus, 1 said, not the asshole, you did the right thing. Smashing your head against the ground can be fatal even from small falls. And she got fired from something she did do, and the fall, and the fact that someone probably would be responsible and call for help was a product of her over drinking on the job function. For Pete's sakes, what's the alternative? Let's risk death or brain damage to minimize the chance of losing a job?
But who's the real asshole? You killed somebody.
Corporate America.
True. Yeah. Also, that restaurant probably should have stopped serving her at some point.
Yeah.
And so-
Yeah.
Someone has
true.
to know when to cut them off.
Yeah.
Or at least whenever they see that she's walking out drunk, you gotta
Yeah, call
send the bartender or get the
Yeah.
manager to
a taxi or
escort
something.
them out.
Yeah.
Get at least an Uber or some shit.
Or yeah, I guess, yeah, taxi. What? Jesus.
How old are you?
What am I
dude?
talking about? All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's got quite a few updates. It was cross-posted on our subreddit by Strawberry Bunny.
Ooh, yeah.
I know people asked us to stop doing the goat. I'll slow it down a little bit, but
No.
you got to recognize the goats sometimes, okay?
I want to say if you get a goat, but I don't know. Goats, you tell us. Do y'all like hearing the sound? I'm just saying, whenever Josh hits it for me, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
verge of tears.
feels
I'm
good.
so happy.
that's because I don't always do it for you.
Yeah, I know.
I
you
edge
fucking
It's
you.
usually
edge me.
illegal.
So maybe that's it. Maybe you don't do it every time, but every once in a while.
You got to edge them.
Yeah. I'll find another
Just be like,
button.
Will I?
Jesus.
ooh, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Not yet.
So I'm not going to do that.
Do it gentle.
I don't want to get that to get clipped. So yeah, this was by
Fred's gonna clip it. Fred just be making shit all the time on the Discord.
shit. So this
Fred
is
is a goat.
cross-posted by Strawberry Bunny, and the title is, "Am I overreacting about an incident that happened to my daughter at school?"
Never.
Yeah, I agree.
So my daughter just started middle school last week. Yesterday, a boy put pencil lead in her water bottle straw, and she didn't notice. When she went to drink from it, another girl spoke up and said, "Don't drink that. Peter put something in it."
I'm beating Peter's ass.
Peter's a dick.
I'm beating his ass. And then asking where his parents are so I could beat their ass too.
I thought you said,
Oh, this whole time I'm hearing peeing
did
their
I.
ass. I'm like,
you said
Oh, no.
beat his ass.
I was like, hell yeah, Sean, let's fucking go.
Would never.
Oh.
Yeah, for Pete's sake, right?
No, just for my own.
My daughter looked inside and saw the pencil lead in her water. Boys were laughing at her, including the one that put it in there. My daughter told the teacher, and the teacher yelled at the kid, and that was it. The boy asked if she was going to tell his parents, and she said, "No, it's not that big of a deal." I was pissed because pencil lead and soft tissue of someone's throat could have been an issue. A serious medical issue? Probably not, but it's contaminating someone's water. I wrote the school asking if they would check in on the incident, given it's an actual crime to mess with someone's food or water. At the very least, there should be an incident report about it so the boy's parents get notified. I would want to be notified if my kid did something like this. This is where more of the rage comes in. The counselor met with my daughter and wrote me an email. In the email, she stated she met with my daughter and she let my daughter know that she didn't need to tell the teacher and she could have just told the boy directly that she didn't like that and to not do it again. She then goes on to explain to my daughter that the boy probably had a crush on her and sometimes boys do that when they like her.
Nah, I'm mad, bro.
Nope.
No fucking way, dude. Fired.
Insane.
You should be fired.
Or at least
more training. For you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's insane. That's being like,
how many kids has this person fucked up?
Yeah.
Is what I'm wondering. You know what I mean?
Girls especially being like, yeah, it's what boys do.
Just like you.
You gotta get used to that. Like, that's so fucked up to teach
Because
people.
that's just setting such a dangerous precedent.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
he
that's how
punched
they
me.
end up turning to be like incels, bro.
Yeah.
Like guys that can't fucking, if you don't like teach them young, those are the kind of guys that don't respect consent and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
She then went on to say she told my daughter to make sure she doesn't leave her water unattended and to maybe put a cap on the straw. As if she should carry that shit around and it's her fault this fucker put shit in her water.
I'm fighting this counselor, bro.
I'm so pissed about this.
Let's blame the fucking middle school victim here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, what was she wearing? She probably
what
should,
it feels
put
like.
a sweater on. Yeah, it's exactly this bullshit. It's victim blaming. I wrote her back saying that I felt like the school was stating contaminating someone's food or water is not a big deal, blaming my daughter for not watching her water bottle 24/7, even when somewhere else in the classroom, and then saying boys will be boys because they like her. What the actual fuck?
Mm-hmm.
My husband is a teacher in the district, and he says it's weird how they're handling this, but he's also used to elementary school standards. So am I overreacting?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. I'd be at that school the next day.
Sean's
Let
gonna
me see
beat
this
someone's
fucking
ass for sure.
Let me see this counselor. I got some words.
I get some words, and the teacher.
And the teacher.
Yeah. That's an insane thing. It's just it's exactly what you said, Sean. It's victim blaming at its core, and instilling victim mentality.
Yeah, because
just suppress
when she's
it.
older, God forbid something worse happens.
Yeah,
she's gonna be like, all right, well, the authorities already,
taught me they're not gonna do shit. Yeah,
that they don't care. You know what I mean? So to instill that young is crazy, and then to essentially let the little boy get scot-free.
Yeah,
and he's like, you've taught him. Oh, that's just what we do.
She's gonna get in trouble if I do shit. Oh, that's crazy. Okay,
That's sick, dude. It's because she didn't watch your bottle. What else am I supposed to do but put lead in it?
It's not my fault.
I mean, what are you asking of me?
It's insane.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
And the fucking advice to have, the girl have a conversation with the person that did that to her is a crazy ass.
Yeah, you like go and confront him.
Yeah, it's like, do your damn job, be the adult in this scenario, and explain like, hey, this is not something that we do. You can't say boys will be boys, because if you don't rectify that from a young age, and we kind of talked about this already, this shit's gonna be something that's perpetual, that's gonna happen in their adult lives.
Yeah. Also, I'm teaching my kids how to fight. So it's like, if you tell them to you just handle it yourself. My kids will handle that, brother. It may not be to your liking. It'll be to my liking.
Yeah. They'll handle it.
They'll handle it.
So Reddit deemed not overreacting. I mean, there's not a flair for it, but that was what all the comments said.
Yeah.
It's my accountie said, counselor's life lesson, quote, when you're grown up, if a man slips a roofie into your drink, you should have been,
close the lid.
you
Just
should
has a crush on you.
you should have been watching it, and B, you should be grateful because he likes you. It's just like, end quote. And that's like exactly where this escalates to down the line, which is insane. So like I said, there are quite a few updates here. They're not super long, but we get to see the process of Hopi getting their revenge.
Cool. I hope people get fired.
Yes. That's why I'm like, not even training correction. I think they need to find a new job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe counselor isn't your calling.
You're not quite cut out.
Yeah. So update, I just got my daughter's side of the story for how the conversation went down, and it's even worse than how the lady described in the email, which was already bad. This lady gets my daughter out of class and sits her down. Mind you, I asked for a report to be filed, and they were supposed to be talking to her about just to get my daughter's account of what happened. So my daughter says the lady sat down and asked her to tell her what happened. My daughter explained what happened. This lady then tells her that this issue is a 1 out of 10 in terms of severity. She says if something is a 1 to 5, you know what you should do. Handle it yourself.
See, this is what I'm talking about. My kids will. You tell my kid that. I hope you do.
I'll fight them poison with poison, baby.
And then I'm telling my kid, you know what? Put lead all up in that counselor's drink.
You should have been watching it, counselor.
That's a 1.
And this being a 1 means you shouldn't have told a teacher and tried to work it out on your own. My daughter asked her, well, then what's a 6 to 10? The lady said something serious like cutting your arm off.
This lady does not want to be burdened to do her job.
That's a 6.
She needs to find a new one.
Fire.
That's insane. My daughter was fucking shocked. I think this is the first time she's been acutely aware of an adult being so in the wrong. My daughter confirmed this lady said the boy probably had a crush on her and that's why he probably did it. Along with the make sure to watch your water bottle, don't leave it around BS. I'm so fucking pissed off. If she would have just listened, reported, and contacted the boy's parents and made sure it was clear he can never do this again, that would have been the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I find this counselor just as big or bigger of an issue than the incident itself. I'm so mad and sick to my stomach. So that was update 1. So basically just confirming how bad the meeting was and how bad this counselor was. Update 2. I slept on it and wrote an email to the principal, counselor, and some other lady that they had tagged, quote, if I wanted to actually report an incident, after telling me and my daughter to let it go. By the way, the principal was all in the email thread already. I factually described what happened, what was said in the email, quoting emails from the counselor, what was said to my daughter, and simply asked if everyone at the school is in agreement with how this incident was handled and the message that was sent. I referenced the harm of messaging to girls, quote, boys hurt you because they like you, end quote, that everyone had mentioned, and also asked if they support what was said to my daughter. I said whether they support this response or disagree with what was done, I would like that conclusion in writing. I'm giving them one last opportunity to correct this before deciding what to do next. So I think that's pretty good. Trying to get it in writing, as John
Fuck 'em
says.
up.
That's always a good idea.
The district is about to go bankrupt.
Update 3. To clarify, these were mechanical pencil sticks that can puncture skin or soft tissue, not a literal piece of dull lead from a tip. Also, I'm aware that it's not actual lead and just called it that. My concern was the puncturing the tissue, not poison. I mean, it's probably still not great to eat those things.
No.
Yeah, they're not edible.
No.
Guys.
Also, off topic, 0.5 or 0.7?
I can't do the 0.5 because it snaps too easily.
I like pens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like real
writing in
pencils,
pens.
to be honest, but I don't use the mechanical ones.
I'm a 0.5 guy.
Okay, you're a fine point.
I'm a fine
Man.
point writer, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Respect
gotta say,
that.
even when I had mechanical pencils, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what.
like me with brushing my teeth, I always go too hard, and it's just
Bro, my shit's fucked up all the time.
my gums are fucked.
I get yelled at by Juliet. She's like, you know how many times I have to replace your bristles? I'm like, I'm sorry.
Switch to soft bristles if you haven't. It actually helps a lot.
No, I just I'm more gentle now. I'm just like,
Okay, just dainty.
yeah, dainty.
Did you know you're not even supposed to do this?
Really?
Crazy. You're just supposed to go mechanical if you have like a electric brush. You just
Yeah, section by section.
Mm.
you just move tooth by tooth. Don't even do any motion. It's doing all the motion.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's what I've been told.
I'm just going like back and forth on one side and then down, up,
I'm just.
up.
Yeah, they said when you go like side by side, they said that ruins your gums.
Enamel, right? And then
Yeah, some shit
okay.
like
That
So they're
explains
like,
a
if
lot.
you want like good gum health, you want it at a 45-degree angle,
Whoa.
Mm.
and then just hold it, and then move tooth by tooth, and just hold it for a little.
Put it in your mouth, Sean. I want to see what it looks like.
No, I'm good.
Clip that.
No, I'm good.
All right. Back to
Put
the
that mouth
story.
through, Sean. Come on now.
Find out on the $20 tier.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
AKA the throat goat.
Also, I got a call from a woman at the school who is actually in charge of writing up the incidents, and she 100% acknowledged this should have been reported and handled as more of a serious issue. I can't tell you how much better it felt simply hearing someone acknowledge the problem. She isn't in charge of the counselor and said she saw my email, though, and is curious to see how they respond. Still waiting to hear the response. I'll figure out the next steps from there. After asking some other people I know in the area that are teachers, they were shocked with the response. I'm expecting some kind of apology to come through, but we will see. Final update. So there was discussion among the staff and found big differences on opinions from the counselor and others, and it was decided to, in fact, create an incident for this. That was a weird sentence, but
The fact that it was divided is crazy.
Seriously.
What kind of culture is at this school?
I mean, it could have been divided with the counselor on one side and everyone else on the
Everybody quite literally.
other. Yeah,
everyone
we
else.
don't quite know, but others found tampering with another kid's food or drink a major issue.
Especially you don't know what kids are allergic to. I feel like
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, Sean.
you could have a fucking goddamn peanut allergy.
Yeah.
Dude. God forbid.
He's switched in 2025.
I'm all about, nah, fuck y'all.
Weed them out.
It's evolution,
You
baby.
couldn't even do it. So-
I'm just kidding.
They then
I'm
called the
joking.
kid down to the office and called his mother. His mother apparently was horrified, apologized, and agreed to the punishment/action the school had decided on. I'm not aware of what it is, but I was fine that it was reported and addressed. The principal met with me and was very apologetic and acknowledged the response from the counselor was wrong. He asked me to come down and chat with the counselor and himself, and I agreed. I sat down with the principal and the counselor, and it went like this. I reiterated my offense about her bringing romantic feelings or motivations into the conversation and associating/justifying the behavior with harmful actions.
Yeah.
I used a lot of your comments to help support how telling girls this is just how boys behave when they like can lead to women gravitating towards harmful and abusive relationships. Mind you, when I'm telling her this, her face is like a surprised Pikachu turned into a scowl. I told her, clearly by your face, I can see we have a disagreement here. Do you understand where I'm coming from at all? She kept saying things like, well, I don't know what your daughter said, or I don't know what your daughter's takeaway is. And multiple times I had to reference the fact that I had in writing from her what she said she said.
You dumb bitch. That's what you get.
Fire her.
The most hilarious part about this is that the principal kept backing me up saying, yeah, I read that part in the email too. It was there.
Got him.
She tried directing blame or confusion on my daughter multiple times, but you better believe I had the emails pulled up on my phone ready to reference each time.
I love it.
She even said,
This counselor loves blaming the kids.
yeah,
I'll tell you what.
for a counselor, she needs a lot of therapy. It's like
Yeah.
for conflict
You do
management.
need counseling. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
She even said, I'm a feminist, in which I said, I don't know what your personal beliefs or stance are, but somehow they got extremely disconnected or reflected in your words that were a net negative outcome for my daughter's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I would not let the conversation go or let her deflect blame until I 100% got her to acknowledge this. I was incredibly patient and calm because, to be honest, my goal wasn't to fire anyone. I genuinely wanted to come a better understanding so that she approached these situations differently.
She got herself fired.
Yeah, it's like the first story.
hmm
You're not the reason she got fired.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think she got fired from what we can tell, but
Damn it.
I also asked that they create training and supportive documents around how to handle these situations that is both transparent to the staffs and the kids, since there seems to be a massive gap in understanding how this can be such a serious consequence. I picked up my kid and she was all smiles as we talked about it, and I role-played my side of the convo versus the counselors. We got boba while we were talking about how she's going to vet the loves of her life.
Hell yeah. The good kind, not the fucking Montreal shit.
What was the Montreal shit?
the white boba.
The boba? What do you call that?
Oh, the fucking on the
Dragon's
Canadian
Den.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
It's Dragon's Den. Respect the name at least.
Oh, sorry.
Canadian
I'm sorry.
Shark
I'm
Tank.
sorry. It's the fucking same shit.
I think it was-
My bad.
I think it was
didn't know you
first.
just- Huh?
I think it was before Shark Tank.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
then we got the American Dragon's Den or whatever.
Listen, you guys get everything else. Let us have this.
Nah, we got Shark Tank, bro.
Y'all got TikTok. Y'all won. Y'all fucking won.
Yeah, then Trump's going to take us and we're not going to have it anymore. It's a vicious cycle to be Canadian.
hmm
We could all move to Mexico.
I'm down.
She even said, if boys like you, they should say something nice or just tell you. We then went on to list all the ways we thought it would be nice to have someone show that they like you. And that is the final update. So I think it was a productive process. You know, there's now rules and steps to take for counselors and students if this happens. And I think they've built a better, what would you call it?
Protocols and
procedure.
Yeah.
Procedures. Yeah, that's kind of a thing too. I'm not gonna lie. I was probably one of those stupid ass kids who, like, you know, stupid guys that did that shit to, like, oh, I like you, so I'm gonna mess with you type of deal. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like that growing up, but as you get older, it's like what the last thing the OP says, like, yeah, if you want to say you like somebody, say something nice about them.
Mhm.
And I think that's a philosophy that a lot of, like, guys, especially like younger men, like growing up, that they need to learn how to do that. Like, express.
And John, like, I'm not, like, it's not the kid's fault necessarily. It's these people in places of power that allow that to fester and them
they
to
encourage it.
to
Yes.
grow up to be pieces of shit. It's like, no, they should be punished for that behavior, taught that's not okay, and then taught how to properly communicate to people.
Punish might not be the word that I'm looking for. More like reinforce positive behavior in a better way. I mean, some people might react negatively to that, but I do. I kind of wish in the very beginning, the first approach and the first procedure should have been having a conversation with the kid that kind of poisoned the water. I feel bad that the OP's kid had to play mental gymnastics and say, like, oh, you're telling me that I have to lose a freaking arm and a leg for this to even be taken seriously? Like, you know, as a kid,
be worth your time.
Yeah. To hear that as a kid, they kind of like what Sean and Josh were saying too. It's like, okay, so when I grow up, like, nothing I say is going to be taken seriously if I say that, you know, I've been, you know, harassed, or, you know, something happens to me where someone's like bothering me and all that shit. Like, no one's going to believe me unless, you know, I bleed out or like lose a limb. So, kind of like what you guys are saying. I wish this was taught like better, like, you know, in the institution, basically. So, things just need to get better, is what I'm trying to say.
100%. Any last thoughts, Sean, or you want to move on?
No, we can move on.
All right.
Like, cause
Say it.
I'm teaching my kids.
cause it's pretty much just that. Like, ooh. But I was gonna say also, it may be better that this counselor wasn't fired, because then it's kind of just like she's at a place where she's on high alert, as opposed to her getting fired and go to another school to fuck up another generation of kids over there.
Fair. Yeah.
So it is probably like a better, like, the devil you know situation. She's already like on high alert.
Yeah. And
I just want her stressed out the whole time. That's all I wish for.
Yeah. And maybe make her a better counselor.
Hopefully. I don't know, but that scowl and that reaction, I'm not feeling too good about it. I feel like she's kind of set in her ways.
Yeah, that's possible as well. But hopefully
Then she'll get fired for sure.
Yeah.
If she doesn't make any changes, she'll get fired for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one here, posted by Valuable Lower Score Price 6521. We got another John one here. And this is, would I be the butt face if I demanded to know who reported me to HR?
Whoa.
I mean, those are kind of privileged. So if you demand it, possibly. But there could be situations where you can kind of know. We'll see.
John's going through every scenario he's ever encountered in his head.
It has to be. Yeah. There are different ways possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna go not the asshole. I'm not gonna lie. No disrespect to John. Sometimes you gotta demand shit from HR to get anything out of them. They fucking.
It's true.
That's fair.
Disrespect me all you want. I don't give a fuck about it. I
You
was
like
just
that
there
shit,
to make
huh?
money, brother.
You like that shit, huh?
I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
All right. So we got two sides of the coin here, the worker and the HR. See who wins.
They should be on the same page, but oftentimes they're not. Dude. Oftentimes they're not.
So I am in my early 30s and male. In our office, I am known as a bit of a jokester.
Oh, okay, maybe not. I take it back. This guy sounds like they suck.
Nothing mean, and I don't go out of my way to prank someone or hurt anyone's feelings, but I have plenty of jokes and I've given lots of silly nicknames. There's a newer woman in our office. She's in her early 20s and she has a 3-year-old. They live in an RV park a few miles away from work. I've nicknamed her RV Reba I don't see the harm. It's just a silly nickname. I've given silly nicknames to most of my coworkers.
What are the other silly nicknames? I gotta know.
I don't know. I don't even want to try and
List 'em.
guess. If anyone complains about it, I just explain I don't mean anything by it. It's just a silly thing to do. And there
Oh
was,
yeah, that makes the joke.
and there was no reason for them to be offended.
No, I was wrong. This guy fucking sucks, dude.
RV Reba wasn't thrilled with the nickname, said it was insulting, but I explained it wasn't intended to be. It was just something silly I came up with. She asked me to stop using it. I don't use it around her much anymore, but I
don't use it around her. That's the key word.
Wait, he
you
gets-
fucking
he gets
bastard.
to it. But I think it's a silly thing to get upset about, so I still use it around others. So there you go. He just admits to using it still.
You fucking bastard.
Well, someone reported me to HR. I got called into a meeting this morning and given a written warning to stop harassing my coworkers.
Yeah.
I don't see how this is harassing at all. They're just
Because
silly
someone
nicknames.
told you to fucking stop, you idiot.
I asked who reported me, and they said it was not just one person, but multiple complaints.
Oh, boom.
RV Reba and a few others were getting coffee, and I wanted to know who reported me. RV Reba, also, he keeps using that name, which is just
Yeah.
insane. I'm just going to say Reba because I feel weird using it. Reba said she didn't know what to do and was glad they spoke to me about it since I wasn't listening to them asking me to stop. I think it was probably her and one or two of the other coworkers who can't take a joke. I want to know who exactly it was, though. A few coworkers said I'm already the butt face and should just let it go, but I really want to know who reported me.
Why?
So would I be the butt face if I demanded to know who it was?
You're already
you
the
were a
asshole.
butt face from the jump, buddy.
Butt face
You
is too
suck.
nice of a name.
Too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just straight up suck, man.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone finds your jokes funny. That's why she was getting coffee with people and you're just alone.
Yeah.
I don't think people fuck with you. Probably because you keep giving nicknames that people don't like. And when finally somebody stands up and asks you to stop, you're like, I can't. I refuse to. So yeah, fuck you, actually, I think. So yeah, I got no hard feelings. Also, can you even demand that? They're just gonna say no. Also, you're already written up. So like, are you gonna cause more problems because of this? And I think you should, because I think you'll get fired.
Yeah, I think
and
you should
would
get fired.
very much enjoy that.
I'm actually quite surprised that they only got written up, because if it's like multiple people doing it, and basically a lot of workplaces has zero tolerance when it comes to harassment. And when it comes to this, and this person was saying that, hey, people can't take a joke in the workplace. It's like, first of all, the workplace is not really a place for jokey jokes.
No.
All right. If you want to do jokey jokes, have a little side conversation outside of work hours. If you want to hang out with your buddies outside of work, do that. If you want to have a private conversation between them, do that. I bet you this dumbass is having some joke communications throughout their, like, work communication, like Slack or fucking Teams. By the way, every single of those things are recorded. So I'm hoping that they find more things and give them a justification to fire your ass, because you just sound like an unpleasant person to be around. So
Yeah.
I
This
think
is
you're
a
not.
PSA to everybody that is in work life.
Yeah.
Don't type anything in there that you don't
None.
want read, because they are keeping record, brother.
Everything is tracked. You know how I've done so much, like, I've done like a bunch of ER investigation or employee relation investigations when they're just like, oh, the people were spreading rumors about me, like, oh, we've never said anything like that. I'm like, yeah, but you're kind of written communication on, like, emails and fucking, Zoom and whatever other stuff that you use. There are some documents that you've been saying this about this person. So PSA, people, don't type shit unless you want it like tracked.
Exactly. I agree with everything you guys said. And Reddit agreed, you're the butt face. SFB208 said, I think you're the butt face. Your jokes aren't amusing to others. This has been explicitly spelled out to you multiple times from the sounds of it. Therefore, you should have already stopped. If others aren't laughing, it's not funny. If it's not funny, it's not a joke. If it's not a joke, your continued behavior is harassment. Stop it before you quite rightly lose your job.
It's just insane how, like, every time this unfunny person or like anybody is just like not hitting, they're just like, man, people
They double
just have
down.
no sense of humor. They can't take a joke. Brother, you're not telling jokes.
Yeah.
You're just being annoying.
I'm funny.
It can't be me.
My
It just
mom told me
can't
I'm
be.
funny, okay, guys?
I'm the funny guy.
Yeah, it's insane that people can delude themselves into that. It's like, if people ask you to stop, how do you not realize that's not a joke anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets so defensive.
The shit that makes me laugh too is like, yeah, I've been asked not to use it, but I still use it around other people, just not in front of her though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you
Idiot.
stupid bastard.
I will like to put an asterisk on this. It's okay for us to spell Sean's name incorrectly. That is okay. It's been approved by HR.
Mm-hmm.
And
We approve it.
Yeah.
Been meaning to speak to you guys about that. I feel like having HR be one of the three of us is not very.
Well-
Yeah, this session is now
Fair.
closed, John.
See, John in this context is a host, not a HR person. So you'll have to talk to him
Yeah.
after the show. But he's busy. So
I am. I got stuff
Tends
to
to
do.
be.
Yeah, go ahead, put it on my calendar, Sean. Maybe we'll talk someday.
This is quite literally your only job.
you don't have a calendar.
Is it?
Calendar.
Just kidding.
Every time I check, it just says self-care.
And the self care is working, buddy.
Yeah.
I know you look
I've seen
great.
your
Oh,
TikToks.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Won't see them anymore, but
They're on reels. They're
They're
on
on
oh yeah,
reels.
true. Actually, that is where I see it now that I think about it.
I can't do it on other stuff. I have no patience.
It's fair. All right, let's move on to the last one of the day. We're actually going to do a bit of a
The way that my brain was just like, is this a fucking pun with patience? I was like, I was trying to figure out a way. I was like, okay, no. I'm
We-
fucking on high alert all
we've
the time
broken
now,
him.
John. You've ruined me.
I didn't do shit.
3 years?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, Sean,
This is crazy. This is our HR. Look at me.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. See, he likes that one, so he's not sure what to do.
My brain is broken.
That looks really good.
All right, so we're going to do this last one here before we hit the Patreon. We're going to do a bit of an extra long Patreon. I've got a story with an update there. So if you want to check that out, patreon.com/cultivate podcast network and YouTube members. Go check that out. Last one here, posted by White Whale 9847. And the title is, Am I the asshole for losing my shit and screaming at my girlfriend to get out of my house after what her stepbrother did?
Oh, what are you doing, step bro?
Sean said yep halfway through, and then it looked like he was unsure by the end of it.
I think screaming and kicking out, I think, is usually the tail signs of asshole.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know.
Her
Maybe
step
stepbro
brother
was
stepped
doing-
on my turtle, and I kicked him out because I was so angry.
Is that from something?
No,
I'm just
Oh, okay.
coming up with some
Okay.
shit.
All right.
Your mind is getting more creative.
You're bringing my cough back, John. I don't know how you're doing this, but you are.
You're
You're
infecting
welcome,
him.
Daddy.
So where are you guys leaning on this one? Yeah, Sean already said
I think asshole.
asshole.
Solidarity with my brother.
Solidarity,
I go
Yeah, I
asshole
feel like
too.
not good to scream at your partner.
Okay, fair enough. So my girlfriend was over at my place 2 days ago. We're both in our 20s, and she has a stepbrother who's 23. Before this, I'd only met him a few times, and he seemed like a
All I
regular.
can think is what John has said. What are you
What
doing?
are you doing, step bro?
Jesus Christ.
He seemed like a regular dude. She asked if it was okay for him to come over for a couple hours. I said, why not? He said he would get booze and pizza, and my parents were away visiting relatives for the weekend, so I figured we could shoot the shit. I have a little sister who's 15. They came over,
Oh, no.
and she stayed up in her room the entire time. We were all a bit tipsy, and my girlfriend's stepbrother asked if he could use the washroom. I pointed to the one down the hall. My girlfriend and I were preoccupied and didn't even realize how much time he was taking till we heard raised voices upstairs. We immediately went to check up on what was going on and found my sister crying. The dude had gone up and instead of using the washroom, saw my sister's door was ajar, so he apparently walked into her room. These are all the details I managed to wrangle from my crying sister, by the way. She was taken by shock and was trying to stay calm, but he wasn't leaving. He was trying to chat her up. She told him to get the fuck out, and he closed the door behind him instead, which is why she started freaking out. She tried to get past him to open the door, and he grabbed her, but she managed to open it anyway. I'd reached the landing by then, so he backed off. I obviously was super fucking pissed. There was a lot of screaming going on, lots of accusations. We were all drunk except for my sister. After getting the story from her, my girlfriend's stepbrother was stuttering and deflecting. I'm pretty sure I threatened violence at some point.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't either. My girlfriend was trying to be the mediator. She said I had to calm down and couldn't fly off the handle based on word of mouth, but I was there. I saw my sister crying in panic. I know what she's like, and I know she wouldn't lie about something like this. Why would she? I told her stepbrother to get out of my house. My girlfriend kept saying we could sort this out and have a proper conversation, but I didn't see what conversation there was to be had. Eventually, she said, what if my sister was lying right in front of my sister's face? I asked her what on earth would make her think that, and she said she's a kid and could be making it up for attention. Like the title said, I then lost my shit, and I told her to get the fuck out, and afterwards she kept calling me, but I ignored everything. The dust has settled a bit. I went over everything again with my little sister, and she promised me it had happened the way she was telling. She told me she was scared he was going to SA her. My girlfriend texted me this morning saying I shouldn't have raised my voice like that, and I scared her. I thought of apologizing then, but she still hadn't said a word about apologizing to my sister or addressing the issue with her stepbrother. I only replied that we had to talk, and she said there was nothing to talk about. There's no hard proof in her words, and the stepbrother ended up doing nothing, so she told me she would deal with him and I should drop it. I don't know if I'm the asshole for the way I handled this. Maybe if cooler heads prevailed, this silent treatment wouldn't have happened, and we could have discussed everything properly. I don't know what to do from now on either. I love that girl. I don't want us to be over, so I want some advice on where to go from here. Am I the asshole?
No.
I would have
I'd yell at
beat
her
that
ass,
ass.
too.
I wouldn't even heard his side of the conversation.
Mhm.
To be honest. As soon as my little sister told me that shit, I don't think I'd be able to be like, well, explain yourself. I think I might just fucking go crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
As soon as I heard it out of her mouth,
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, there's a murder tonight. It's going to
Yeah.
happen.
And,
like,
that's
bro,
and that's
what?
fucking
You're
so
23.
wild.
She's 15.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing talking to her anyways?
Exactly. A 23-year-old
Even
should
if-
not be talking
Even
up
if nothing
a
happened,
15-year-old.
you shouldn't have been in my fucking 15-year-old sister's
Yes.
room.
Yes.
And
You're-
locking the door, closing the door behind.
Yeah.
Even if that's all a lie, you're in the room.
Yeah.
And that's enough proof that I need. Because why are you in a 15-year-old's room?
Yes.
So truly, nothing you say will make me stop from beating your ass.
And I just don't think the little sister has anything to gain in that.
Why would she
scenario,
pay attention?
Right? Exactly. Like
She
they were
was
all hanging out
upstairs.
downstairs. She was upstairs minding her own damn business.
Yes.
Like she wasn't even part of the conversation. And the audacity for the girlfriend to be like, right in front of the sister's face, like, she could be lying.
Yeah. It's exactly.
There's no way I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house, both of you.
It's the fucking guidance counselor all over again, blaming the
Yes.
victim. It's like, why would she lie about that? Why not just believe her and then
she's
like,
she's
why?
15 years old. She could be making shit up. But for what?
Yeah. What is that? How does that benefit her at all? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Insane of her to say that, and I don't blame you for telling her to get the fuck out. Like Sean's saying, and John are saying, this is like I think you went about it the way I think cooler heads would have. Like, you know what I mean? Like just yelling at them. Control on your part for sure for not.
Oh, especially
doing
in
more.
that state. If I was a little bit like under the influence and filled with rage and just like my sister
Yeah.
potentially getting harassed like that, I won't even hesitate, bro. I'm just like, get the fuck out my house
No.
before I beat your ass.
That's a
in the spot.
child, dude. You're fucking hitting
Seriously.
on a child. It's insane. Yeah. So obviously not the asshole. This is crazy.
I don't like how she's just so cool about it. She's like, oh, I'm giving you the silent treatment.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't you be more concerned about the sister? You're saying that you're scared, you're traumatized, where, little sister got,
Yeah.
A grown ass man got her, like, shut her door.
Broke into
behind
her room.
Mhm.
Exactly, bro. Like, if anything, if you were like the woman in that scenario, I'd console her and be like, hey, is everything okay?
Yes.
Like, what's going on? Like, can you, like, let's talk it out. Like, what can we do to help you type of deal. But instead, like what you guys are saying, victim blaming is the first response you have. Oh my God. I hope OP breaks up at her ass.
Yeah. It does make me wonder if he's maybe done something to her as well, and she's like trauma. You know what I mean? Like, I'm speculating. Obviously, either way, it's not okay. But I'm wondering that as well.
Hopefully. That's terrible.
Yes, I hope is not as well. It seems like a weird thing to defend. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm wondering.
I'm kicking kneecaps all day.
Reddit deemed not the asshole, of course, and apprehensive war 9612 said, She said you scared her by yelling, but her adult stepbrother was drunkenly in a 15-year-old girl's bedroom, and she doesn't think the child was scared. You need to break up with this girl. There's no conversation to be had. She saw him in your sister's room. There's no explanation for that, period.
Yeah.
There was nothing he could have done in that situation that would have been innocent. Not the asshole, though you would be the asshole if you stay with this girl. You should be asking yourself if she set this whole thing up. Which
that'd be crazy.
I think is another level of speculation, but I agree with the rest of the comment.
Yes, that stepbrother got caught in the act. That's why he was stuttering and can't even defend himself. Like, oh shit, why did I end up here? You fucking predator.
Yeah, because I agree it is weird she's standing up from that much, but I don't know if that's...
It might just be shock that someone she thought she knew was doing something that she thought he couldn't do.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just...
Could be that too.
A reaction.
But still not okay.
No, definitely not okay. Also, the fucking lying. Like, it's fine for OP's girlfriend to be like, all right, let's just fucking calm down and talk about it. But then to go on and be like, well, she could be lying too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it's like. All right.
Insane.
All right. It's it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're victim blaming and just right in front of her too, which is insane. Yeah. Fuck that girlfriend and her stepbrother. All right. That is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. Let us know what you think down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, Spotify, or wherever you can leave comments. If you want to hear more, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network or our YouTube membership program. All links down in the show notes. Today we did a extra long Patreon, so you can go check that out if you want more. I think that's it. Oh yeah. To reiterate, we are creating a donation page on our PayPal for people who have been affected by the LA fires. I've seen so many videos. It looks insane out there. So,
dude, there was a fucking fire tornado.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit?
Yep.
So if you're out there, we wish you safety and health. Hopefully things can start getting cleaned up soon, and the fires, I don't know if they're out yet.
It won't be for a while.
Yeah, not for a while.
At the time of recording, no.
Yeah, okay.
And it's kind of scary because there's a lot of crazy wind going right now, and it might affect where I'm from, unfortunately.
That's crazy. In Canada, we experienced that last year, the year before, and it was horrifying. So we were wishing you all...
Oh, that's when it made like New York, the sky was weird.
Yeah, and then fuck New York, because they were like, oh, it's Canada. Canada's causing our air pollution. It's like, fuck you guys.
Also, New York, you're the last to complain about people causing pollution, y'all. I mean, let's keep it real, New York City.
Yeah. I know it wasn't everyone in New York, but there was a lot of TikToks that were going viral being like, Canada can't keep their pollution down. It's like, fuck, we're literally burning up here. Please help us. We're wishing nothing but the best for LA and anyone else affected. If you want to donate, the links will also be down in the description. But yeah, with that, is there anything else, Sean and John?
That's it.
That's it. Oh, and if you're an American that found us on TikTok, thank you for all the good times.
See us on Red Note.
Yeah, see us on fucking Red Note. We're gonna try to find the most anti-American.
Yeah. We all moved to China.
Later, y'all.
See ya.
Get therapy.